MTI radar parameters. These are used to estimate the performance of MTI radar. These are MTI improvement factor, subclutter visibility, clutter visibility factor, clutter attenuation, cancellation ratio. I will explain this. First one, MTI improvement factor. These all are definitions. We need to remember these definitions as it is. Why mean these are definitions? The signal to clutter ratio at the output of MTI system divided by signal to clutter ratio at the input averaged uniformly over all target radial velocities of interest. This is very simple, like S by N ratio or figure of merit. Signal to clutter ratio at the output of MTI radar to the signal to clutter ratio at the input, but take all ratios at different velocities, then average. Then we get MTI improvement factor. Subclutter visibility, this is second parameter. This is also definition. We need to learn definitions as a definitions. We need to remember as it is. Don't modify these definitions. The ratio by which the target echo power may be weaker than the coincident clutter echo power still be detected with specified detection and false alarm probabilities. Once again, this is the ratio by which target echo power may be weaker than coincident clutter echo power. So, how much power that echo signal is weaker from moving target compared to echo from clutter, still the moving target is detected with the specified detection and false alarms. This is the subclutter visibility. Clutter visibility. The signal to clutter ratio after cancellation or Doppler filtering that provides stated probabilities of detection and false alarm. After cancellation, what is the signal to clutter ratio? That is the cancellation of the clutters. Clutter attenuation. The ratio of clutter power at the canceller input to the clutter residue at the output, normalized to the attenuation of single pulse passing through uncompressed channel of the canceller. This is ratio of clutter power at canceller input. Before passing to delay lane canceller, then what is the clutter power? After passing the clutter to the canceller, a part of it is eliminated. The remaining part is called clutter residue at the output. This ratio, the ratio of clutter power at the canceller input to the clutter residue at the output, normalized to the attenuation of single pulse passing through the uncompressed channel of the canceller. This is the clutter attenuation. How much clutter power attenuated is given by the clutter attenuation cancellation ratio. The ratio of canceller voltage amplification for the fixed targets echoes received with the fixed antenna. The ratio of canceller voltage amplification for fixed target echoes received with fixed antenna to the gain for a single pulse passing through the uncompressed channel of the canceller. This ratio is called cancellation ratio. All these are the parameters of the MTI to estimate the performance of the MTI radar. By seeing these parameters, we can judge the performance of MTI radar. Limitations to MTI performance. What are the limitations? that limits the performance of MTA radar. Instabilities of transmitter, instabilities of receiver. Actually, clutter is stationary target, but tree is stationary, but its leaves are changing. Take sea water fluctuates up and down. So there are some internal fluctuations of clutter that also limits. We are using limiter in receiver, that also limits the performance. If equipments are not ideal, that will limit the performance of MTA radar. Next we are using coherent oscillator, stable local oscillator. If there is any changes in the phase of that oscillators, that will limit the performance of the MTA radar. These are the some factors which limits the performance of the MTA radar. First one, the instabilities of the transmitter and receiver. So instabilities of the transmitter and receiver. Physical motion of the clutter, trees leaves that move slightly. One more thing, to scan particular target we need finite time. So finite time on the target and limiting in the receiver. We are using limiter, that is called limiting in the receiver, that will also limits the performance MTA radar. All these parameters can limit the performance of MTA radar. Equipment instabilities. This is the one limitation. Internal fluctuation of clutter, another limitation. Antenna scanning modulation, limiting in MTA radar. These are the 4 limitations to the performance of MTA radar. Equipment instabilities. I'll explain this. If sufficient care is not taken in design, while designing the equipment, if we not taken sufficient care in design and construction and maintenance also, the performance of MTA radar will be limited. If sufficient care is not taken in design, construction, after design and construction there is maintenance. If we not properly maintaining the operators, the performance of MTA radar will be limited. Pulse to pulse, changes in amplitude. We are generating train of pulses. There is slight change in amplitude, slight change in frequency or phase of the transmit signal will limit the performance of MTA radar. Next, changes in stable local oscillator, coherent oscillator in the receiver. Jitter means time delay in the timings of pulse transmission. Variations in time delay through the delay lines and changes in pulse width can limit the performance. These are the equipment instabilities. Next, one more, phase variations in oscillator will limit the performance. Next one, internal fluctuation of clutter. Clutter means stationary. Already I told, tree is stationary, but leaves, branches of tree moving, fluctuates, not moving, fluctuates. Echoes from trees, vegetation, sea, rain, chaff, fluctuates with time, and these fluctuations can limit the performance of MTA radar. The experimentally measured power spectra of clutter signals may be approximated by this formula. This is the W of F, clutter power spectrum, as a function of frequency. G of F is the Fourier transform of input waveform, clutter echo. If we square the Fourier transform of clutter echo, that gives the power spectrum, which is equal to mod G naught square exponential minus a F by F naught whole square, where F naught is the radar carrier frequency, F is a parameter dependent upon clutter. So internal fluctuation of clutter, antenna scanning modulation. As antenna scans by a target, it observes target for a finite time equal to this one. T naught is equal to NB by FB, which is equal to theta B by theta S, where NB is number of hits received. FP is the pulse repetition frequency. Not this is Fs, that's a theta S, antenna scanning rate, the rate at which antenna scans the target. If the clutter spectrum is too wide because the observation time is too short, it will affect the improvement factor. Limiting in MTA radar. A limiter is usually employed in IF amplifier just before MTA processor to prevent the residue from large clutter echoes from saturating the display. If the amplitude of clutters or echo signal increases, that will saturate the display. To avoid the saturation of display, we are using the limiter. That limiter also limits the performance of MTA radar. Ideally, an MTA radar should reduce clutter to a level comparable to receiver noise. We should reduce the clutter to a level comparable to receiver noise. When the MTA improvement factor is not great enough to reduce clutter sufficiently, the clutter residue will appear on the display and prevent the detection of aircraft targets whose cross sections are larger than the clutter residue. These are the some limitations. Once again, here limitations: equipment instabilities, internal fluctuation of clutter, antenna scanning modulation, limiting in MTA radar. Similarly, MTA performance factors, parameters of MTA radar, that are MTA improvement factor, subclutter visibility, clutter visibility factor, clutter attenuation, cancellation.